What is going on, Rhymestyle, and today we're bringing another Dragon Ball Z discussion, and today we're finally doing our part 2 Super Saiyan 4 Broly debate that we started over a month ago now. Holy crap, it's been really that long. I apologize for that. In case you missed out, last month I put together a video sort of estimating how strong Super Saiyan 4 Broly is, and today we're going to be doing a part 2 comparing him to other Z Warriors and I guess villains in the Dragon Ball Z universe. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Well, actually, I'm going to say one thing first. One thing, because I know all you guys are going to agree with me, or you're going to bring it up in the comment section if I don't mention it. Power levels are absolute bullshit. They don't mean anything. That's the reason why Toriyama stopped talking about power levels after the Saiyan saga. I mean, not the Saiyan saga, the Android saga. And the last time the power levels were even brought up was when Trunks had his power level scanned for one of Frieza's soldiers, and it revealed to have a power level of 5. And before that, the last time power levels that you were mentioned were when Goku's power level was 150 million against Frieza at Super Saiyan, and Frieza's power level at 100% max was 120 million. After that, they never mentioned power levels ever again because they just don't make any sense. They're absolute bullshit. But for the purpose of having a fun video, just so you kind of understand how strong these characters get over time, that's the reason why I decided to put this together. So it's just all for fun, folks. All for fun. And of course, at any point in this video, if you have any comments or theories of your own that you want to add, be sure you add it to the comment section below. But now that we got all that out of the way, let's compare Super Saiyan 4 Broly to the rest of the Dragon Ball Z world. Well, first things first, why are we even talking about Super Saiyan 4 Broly in the first place? He doesn't even exist. Well, excuse me. The reason why I'm talking about Super Saiyan 4 Broly is because Dragon Ball Heroes revealed Super Saiyan 4 Broly a couple weeks ago. And it's just the way they revealed it that made it so menacing and terrifying. When they revealed Super Saiyan 4 Broly, they showed all the Z Warriors around him knocked out. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks knocked out. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Goku knocked out. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta knocked out. All these characters were knocked out. And the even more bone-chilling and terrifying part was when they showed Super Saiyan 4 Broly just stand there. He looked untouched and he was smirking. How freaking powerful is this fool? Well, the number I came up with is 7 billion. Again, if you want to know how I came up with that number, just click the link in the description below and watch part 1 of this debate. But with a power level of 7 billion, it kind of does make sense that he was able to take down all the Z Warriors without any effort in that fight. And in the previous video, I also mentioned that Super Saiyan 4 Goku's power level is roughly 1.5 billion, which is a freaking joke compared to Broly at Super Saiyan 4. It's ridiculous. And now that we know that Super Saiyan 4 Goku is 1.5 billion and Super Saiyan 4 Broly is 7 billion, how does he compare to the other warriors in the Dragon Ball Z universe? Well, before we continue, I do want to say that we're not going to include battle gods in this, and the main reason why is because, well, we'll briefly do it, but we don't really know the powers and strengths and actual power levels of these characters because they're pretty freaking insane. I'll kind of break that down briefly at the end of the video, but for now we're only going focusing to the characters that were available before Battle Gods, which means Vegito and Gogeta were the strongest Dragon Ball Z warriors in the universe at the time. Gogeta's power level was measured to be 2.5 billion in the 2004 V-Jump magazine, and Vegito's power level, his power level was compared to a Super Saiyan 4, which we know is 1.5 billion. So that means Gogeta is roughly stronger, which is a whole other debate as well. I believe that Super Saiyan, I believe that Fusion Dance is a stronger fusion, but the Potera fusion is a lot better because you don't have that time limit. As you know, if you fuse, the Fusion Dance is based on a time limit, and the stronger you are, the more power you put into it, the less time you have. So at Super Saiyan 3, at Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, your power level, your time limit of roughly 10 minutes to get the job done, which 10 minutes is not that much, although you do have a lot of power, so that's kind of the weakness there. So technically, Potera is the better fusion, but Fusion Dance is stronger. At least that's what my theory is. But again, it's a whole other debate that we can have another time. For now, we know that Gogeta's power level was 2.5 billion, and Vegito's power level was roughly around 1.5 billion. But still, that does not compare to Broly. Broly right now is still number 1 on that list, right? The numbers are right there. The math is, the math is there. So yes, Broly is still the strongest at that point. But what we're not considering is the fact that both Gogeta and Vegito could transform. And if they transform to Super Saiyan 3, then their powers completely change, and that is going to basically the factor that's going to contribute to how Broly would get brought down. So let's look at these numbers. So if Vegito's power level and Gogeta's power levels are both brought down to their base forms, Gogeta's base is 50 million, and Vegito's power level is 12 billion. 30 million. And the way I came up with these numbers is if you transform to Super Saiyan, it's just 50 times your base. So now that we know that Gogeta is 2.5 billion, I divided by 50, and that's how I got 50 million. And same thing with Vegito. If Vegito's power level is around 1.5 billion, divided by 50, his power level is around 30 million. So that's kind of how I came up with those numbers. So we do know that Super Saiyan 4 is a 400x base power boost, which means if Vegito went Super Saiyan 3, which we know he most likely do because we saw Gotenks do it, if Vegito went Super Saiyan 3, his power level would be around 20 billion. Wait, no, 12 billion, excuse me, 12 billion. If Gogeta went Super Saiyan 3, his power level would be around 20 billion. That's way stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Broly. So we now know that these characters can still exceed Broly if the fight ever happened. Now, the other thing I want to kind of point out, since I know it's going to get brought up, is how strong exactly is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Well, we do know that his power level of Super Saiyan 1 is 2.5 billion, and the fusion is basically 10x Super Saiyan 1, which means Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's power level is roughly 25 billion, which is a freaking comical joke, considering the fact that Omega Shenron's power level was roughly around 1.9 billion. That's like, how does that number like fluctuate that much? Like, fusion to me is the most OP like move or ability in the Dragon Ball Z universe. Like, can you just imagine how strong Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan God Gogeta would be, or Super Saiyan God Vegito? I don't understand how it could even exist. Like, theoretically, the whole universe should explode from all that power. But again, it's another discussion, another debate later. Now, so we do know that if Vegito and Super Saiyan Gogeta, if both these characters were to transform, they would exceed Super Saiyan 4 Broly in strength. They could take him out. So it's no brainer right there. But again, I feel like fusion to me is just so freaking OP. It doesn't really make sense, and it was never really explained how strong you really become. But just according to the math that we've seen and we've been given, that's just the rough numbers there. Now, the reason why I decided to not include Battle Gods in this debate is because, again, if you take Whis, Beerus, and Super Saiyan God Goku, that will also knock Broly below them in strength comparison. And the main reason why I know that is because when Goku gets his ass beat by Beerus, he says, holy crap, even if me and Vegeta fuse, we could still not, you know, come anywhere close to Beerus' strength. And we know that if if either Vegito or Gogeta fusion happened, we know that the power levels of Super Saiyan 3 are roughly 20 billion and 12 billion, and that nowhere near it is the strength of Beerus apparently. So it's like, how freaking strong is Beerus? That's another debate that we can have another time later. But we do know that if they transformed, that they could still not get anywhere close to him. So that means Super Saiyan God Goku is clearly way more powerful than these forms, because he was able to keep up with Beerus in the fight. So that's the reason why we decided not. Well, I guess we kind of included it anyways. So I guess the scale here is Whis is number 1, Beerus is number 2, Super Saiyan God Goku is number 3, and then we have Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta, Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, and then probably Super Saiyan 4 Broly there. I mean, there's probably another transformation in there that we can toss in there that will compare to Broly's power level, but we do know that right now that if Super Saiyan 4 Broly did appear, that a fusion would have to happen, or one of the gods would have to take him out. Otherwise, it would be kind of a rough, Earth to clean up, or I guess a rough galaxy, maybe a universe to clean up, because he would probably cause a mess. So, what do you guys think of these numbers? Do they make sense? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you guys have your own theories or comments or ideas or feedback or anything, be sure to add in the comment section below, because these debates become a lot more fun when you guys throw in your 2 cents as well. That's why I do these discussions. They're a lot of freaking fun. Again, I do want to point out that power levels are absolute bullshit. They don't mean anything. I mean, we've seen the 10 times Kamehameha, for example, is 10 times your power you put into it. So where does that power come from? If your power level is 100 million, and here we are, your firing attack does 10 billion, it doesn't make sense. Like, where's the number coming from? That's why power levels don't mean anything. But again, the only reason why I bring up power levels in the first place is because it was just a fun way to kind of measure how strong these characters have gotten over time. And again, we've seen Goku go from having a power level of 8,000 against Vegeta, or I guess 9,000 in the anime blooper, all the way to having a power level that exceeds freaking gods and 20 freaking billion. Like, they get pretty strong. They get pretty freaking strong, and that's the only reason why we decided to do this debate, just for fun, just a little fun thing. So, now that I got that out of the way, just to kind of wrap it up again, Super Saiyan 4 Broly, his power level is roughly 7 billion. It could be more, because technically it's been stated that his power level is always increasing, but that's kind of a hard thing to measure, so we don't really know. So theoretically, if Super Saiyan 4 Broly just hooks it, he could eventually become stronger than the god. I don't know. Wow, can you guys imagine a Super Saiyan God Broly? God, that'd be just terrifying. I mean, it could never happen because you have to be an absolute pure Saiyan, so that would never happen before. And before people start mentioning Super Saiyan God Broly, can't happen. You gotta have, pure. Hard to do that. But Super Saiyan 4 Broly, again, his power level is roughly 7 billion, and he does not compare to the fusions. But he is the strongest standalone character, technically. Without transformations, or I guess, no, because technically the gods are still stronger. Well, not counting Battle Gods. We're not counting Battle Gods. Not counting Battle Gods, Super Saiyan 4 Broly technically is the strongest standalone character. Is that right? Yeah, that's about right. So, he's number 1 there, but when it comes down to fusions, you just can't compare. Fusions is just so freaking overpowered. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And the fact and the idea that there's a possibility that we might see a Super Saiyan God Gogeta or Super Saiyan God Vegito. Probably not Vegito, most likely Super Saiyan God Gogeta in the new movie. It's just terrifying thinking about how strong that power could be. Like, holy crap. Anyways, guys, so what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about these numbers. You know, where you guys would personally play Super Saiyan 4 Broly. Anything you have, any kind of feedback, just add it to the comment section below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you punch that like button right in the balls. And that wraps up just about everything. Yeah. My name is Rhymestyle. You guys enjoyed the rest of your day, and I will see all you Super Saiyans in the comment section below. Peace.